Hello, 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 everybody. Now, I'm just going to say it. For those who were here on Friday, I have not switched out my webcam again yet, so I'm hoping the sound is okay. I got some weird stuff popping up on my computer, like covering up my buttons and stuff. Noah is going go-karting. He's coming in the door to say goodbye to me. So he will do a quick appearance here and say hello to everybody. Go have fun. Three races on Mom's card. Thank you. Yeah, I bribed him. I bribed him to come in and help Matt with the shipping. Oh, is the music still on? Stand by. Of course it is, because I didn't push that button. Sorry about that. Sorry, guys. Sorry. Technology and me, we're in this love-hate relationship because I hate it, but we got to have it, right? All right. Thank you for letting me know that. Yeah, I need a speaker system on this computer because I have headphones for when I edit and stuff. It's a little wonky. I know. I'm sorry. The microphone on this camera is not very good. It's just not very good. And I apologize for that. But I've got to get another microphone in. So that kind of goes into my topic of discussion today. For those that are new here, welcome. I am Danny Ackerman. I am the niche lady. I have been a reseller since before eBay, way before eBay. I grew up in the back of a thrift store. Reselling and thrifting have been my life, my entire life. And I have taken that to use what I've learned, what I know, what I've developed in my business to help other people who want to do their business in a similar fashion. That is what I do. And we get together every Monday at 1 p.m. Pacific time to talk about something to do with reselling. So, sounds like I'm on headphones. Oh, stand by. It's on the webcam. It's on the webcam. Test, 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 test. Is that any better? Let me know if that is any better. And I have to wait for the lag for you to hear me ask that. I got a sounds fine from Nellie. And sounds fine, sounds fine, sounds fine. Okay, okay. As long as you can hear me. Better. Yay. I promise. I promise. Why am I crossing my fingers? I'm not wishing for luck. I promise that I will have my new microphone here by next week. I will have this set up. So with that being said, I make videos that, in my hope, is that they help other people develop their reselling skills, their ability to determine what niche they want to buy, or, they just entertain. But usually you guys here today are of those that are more into the reselling and learning. So I try to focus these conversations on that. And it's gotten tricky for me over the last couple of years because I am very much about staying in touch with what the average reseller faces on a daily business basis. And I know that the YouTube channel gives me a different perspective and it gives me a different edge on things. But with that, I also am very, very much about helping anybody who wishes to develop a YouTube presence or a whatnot presence or anything to do with video, because I've also been doing video for the past 15 years. It's really funny because I was looking back at some really, really old Facebook stuff. I was doing auctions and things over on Facebook long before I even had my YouTube channel. But I love to mentor and share my knowledge because, and if you guys have watched me any length of time, you know that my whole philosophy on life is that we are given gifts, talents, and experience in life to share and help others, to not just hold it all to ourselves and keep it for ourselves, but to put it out there to whom else might need it. So for me, the YouTube channel just gives me a really big way to fulfill that purpose, and I'm so thankful for it. In the same token, I like to help others, and but with that does come some pitfalls because we cannot control the way other people perceive us. We cannot control the way other people choose to respond to us, and we cannot control how other people choose to act. And that is really difficult for me sometimes. Um, I I want everyone to have their best life, everyone. And as a Christian, I also very much believe in, and I hate the term turn the other cheek because it has a negative image with it. But the philosophy behind that is you don't strike back. You don't seek revenge. You move on. You forgive and you move on with doing the good that you were put on this earth to do. And that is what I live and that is who I am about. But unfortunately, the YouTube world and the social media world has other ideas about things. But rest assured, I am strictly focused on moving forward. There are so many people who want to learn and who want help with their business and are open to hearing things. So with that being said, you will not hear me here talking about things that are private matters, personal matters. Yes, there have been some changes here at the Good Stuff Thrift Store. There have been some changes, and obviously, I'm publicly putting life out there, so you see the changes. But please respect that I'm not going to be discussing private details, personal details with people that I have had business relationships with, and that is what everything boils down to. Um, it's business, which is what I want to talk about today. I want to clear some things up about the business because there's some stuff going out there that I am being accused of cheating my nonprofits. I'm being accused of withholding money. I'm being accused of I don't even know what all I'm being accused of, but I want you to hear it here straight from the horse's mouth, so to speak. Let's talk about the Good Stuff Thrift Store and what it's all about. And for those that may not know what it's all about, I formed this not to just open a brick and mortar store for myself and have people. I could have done that. I actually would be much further ahead had I done that. Let me just tell you. But I didn't want to do that. I wanted to take, number one, my love of retail, that I've always wanted another retail store. I had one back before I got divorced, had to close it. That's a whole nother chapter of my life. That's over on another video somewhere. But I wanted to have another brick and mortar store because I absolutely love retail. And it's like an art form, merchandising and retailing and all the things that go into like setting things up and putting things so people are encouraged to buy things. It's like growing a garden. You got to plant the onions with the this and the parsley over here, so for me it's doing something I love that has the ability to also generate income. Now, for me, my income does not come from this store. Let's just be clear. I am the only one here who's not making any money. Like, yeah. So I'm putting a lot of money into this place. But see, I see the vision of the future. This is all stepping stones, because I am building something so much bigger than just this one little space. So the other thing that I had the great opportunity to be part of was the nonprofit industry. That happened after my divorce. I was asked to come, first I was asked to come manage the eBay side of a nonprofit. And then from there, I was asked to come and manage the entire store. So I got a really good taste of how the whole function of a nonprofit works. The other beautiful thing was that store was in a building that was owned and ran by another nonprofit. So I made friends and connections there and got to really learn the inner workings of nonprofit. And many of you have heard me talk about uh, wanting to have my own nonprofit. And I've had to put that on hold a little bit. Because again, people, personalities, going into business with people and personalities comes with unique challenges. And so the niche foundation will happen. It will happen one day, but right now is just not the right time. I do have people who want to be on the board and go forward with it, but it also will need a tremendous amount of focus. The other thing is, if I were to do that right now, and obviously I would want the niche foundation to be part of the good stuff. I don't want even any what's the word I'm looking for? I, any opportunity for anyone to be able to say something is not right, it's unethical, or it's, I am so ridiculously careful about all things to do with how things appear. And so I do get a little upset when, you've seen it in my live sales. If somebody calls me unfair or says I'm doing something, shady, I take great offense to that, because I work really, really hard to take away any semblance of shadiness or wrongdoing. But, that's the thing. People see what they want to see. They believe what they want to believe. And we cannot control that. Trying to worry about controlling that. Any appearance on impropriety. That's a good way to say it. Yes, Brenda. So niche foundation is going to happen, because that is still near and dear to my heart. But I moved into this business model because I knew that there were a lot of small nonprofits out there. And I learned that through forming my own, and what it takes to form a nonprofit, and, what you have to deal with, and the paperwork, and and then fundraising. And it's a really rough thing for these small nonprofits to raise the funds that they need in order to serve their mission. So every nonprofit that's formed has to have a mission statement. There has to be a focused, focus. However you say that. I mean, a very, very focused intent of that nonprofit in order for them to get that nonprofit status. And so the money that is raised for a nonprofit has to serve that mission, and a certain percentage has to go into the activities or the funding of what they are doing. And so they also have to pay all their expenses too. They have sometimes employees and mortgages or rent and overhead and all of those things. That has to be paid for too. So that is why I came up with the idea of forming this co-op thrift store that can take away all of the extra work that it takes to run a thrift store, because most thrift stores are funding a nonprofit. I mean, a lot of people don't think that Goodwill is a nonprofit, but they are absolutely a nonprofit. And those thrift stores are funding their mission. So Salvation Army, nonprofits. You guys can probably name a million little thrift stores also. You see, they fund their specific thing. So this store serves, we're going to say 4 nonprofits now. We did unfortunately lose one of our nonprofits, but we have 4 nonprofits that we are responsible for running their thrift store, because that's what a co-op does. Like they are like partners with us. So we're doing the work. We are taking in the donations. We're cleaning them. We're pricing them. We're managing the point of sale. We're paying the rent, the lights. All they have to do is drive their followers and their supporters to bring donations in. That's it. That is all they are required to do. And it's been spectacular. And I'm super excited to tell you guys that we have raised over $8,000 in just the last 3 months that is going to those nonprofits. That is $8,000 of money that they wouldn't have otherwise. And so it's really exciting that my store has only been open since December 7th. Now, they all got checks in December, too, because we do quarterly. But it was weird because we weren't open for a full quarter. So this is just January, February, March is that $8,000 is going to them. And they are thrilled about that because that's, I mean, just think of, somebody making that much of a monetary donation to them. So that being said, the way this works is our point of sale system runs like a consignment store. Each one of the people involved with the store has a contract, and they have a percentage of commission that is paid to the store, which covers all the overhead. And it's no different whether you're a vendor in a room or you're one of the nonprofits. You get assigned your own special number. Your inventory is tagged with your number. If your items sell, you get the proceeds from that based on what the contract says. Actually, you were only officially open since February. Well, we did our grand opening on February 25th. Yeah. But we opened the doors on December 7th. So that being said, every one of the nonprofits and the vendors entered into a contract here with very spelled out terms. And it goes back to anything that has happened between me, whether it is a nonprofit or one of the vendors in the room. Those are very personal agreements. And if there were any issues with the agreement, the way to deal with that, just come to me. I think I'm a pretty reasonable person, unless you get on my wrong side, then I don't know, even then I'm a softie. But you definitely don't go out on social media and talk about it, which is why I won't do that. I would never do that. I don't care how much hurt or anger or whatever I felt, I would just never do that. It's not the right thing to do. But I did want to clear up that there, is some talk out there that I am not giving the nonprofits their fair share. And that comes from a person who is no longer employed here, who felt that the nonprofits should get more. Didn't understand the business model, that there are huge expenses to running this store. Let me just tell you, about $15,000 a month is what it takes to keep the doors open, between rent, utilities, payroll, insurance. What am I missing? Supplies. We're at about $15,000 a month. Now, is the store making that much after I've paid everybody their share? No, it is not. I'm putting an additional, it's ranging anywhere from $6,000 to $8,000 a month back into the business to make sure that everybody else is getting their fair share. So I just wanted to clear that up If anybody's wondering, there is nothing going in Danny's pocket from this store. Zero. Zippo. We do the whatnot sales so that we don't have to rely on just people walking in the door of the store. And the whatnot has worked out to be a beautiful way to do it. We want to ramp up and do like a whatnot sale every day. But this is important. You should never grow your business to a point that you can't keep up with the customer fulfillment. So we are getting streamlined with our shipping. We're working on things so that we can get more things out the door each day. And as we get more things out the door each day, we're going to be able to do more whatnot sales. And we're super excited about that because that now sells more things for all of the nonprofits and the people who are renting the space here. And so we are kind of turning into a more of a little flea market feel now back in our 2 rooms that were vacated. I did not want to just find 2 people to fill those rooms. I thought, okay, let's look at this. And what we decided to do was rent out shelves and showcases. Now, if you want to see all the amazing things that these vendors have brought in over the last week, today's whatnot sale will be our first time doing like a buyer's choice off of each person's shelves. So we are testing the waters with that today because I want to make sure they make money and I want to offer you guys great stuff. I mean, that is what being a reseller is. It is finding the things for your customers to bring joy into their life because we are not selling things that anybody absolutely needs. So you have to, but the need can be emotional. So you find things that fill people's emotional needs. And then it's like, it's all this big happy circle of wonderfulness. Yes. And there are big, big plans to grow from here. So one of the things that has been brought up is the location of the store. So location of any business is important and you need to know, the demographics of the area. Are you going to get enough customers? We are a thrift store. It would do us no good to plant ourselves in the middle of some bougie upscale neighborhood because that's not where our customers are. We are also very, very close to a thrift store district, if you will. There is a Goodwill less than 5 miles away. Actually, I think there's one each way. Like I think there's 2 Goodwills less than 5 miles away. There is a huge antique mall, literally right down the street. There is the fantastic indoor swap meet right down the street. So we are in a place where this type of business does thrive. And so it was actually a perfect location for a thrift store. The only regret I have about this location is it's not big enough. I need more space already. So that is definitely something that we are looking at over the next 1.5 years. I have a 2-year lease here. So we're definitely looking at expanding. Now, I don't know whether that means, if somebody on either side of me moves out, we would absolutely move into that space. But if that doesn't happen, then we might have to find something else nearby. But make no mistake, this new model that we're doing with having several people bringing in stuff is just the launching pad for something bigger, better, even than that. So just be watching for what's coming with that because I want to have an indoor flea market. Like that's part of it. I also want to service about 20 nonprofits that need help because there is a list of hundreds of small nonprofits just in the Las Vegas area that struggle. They struggle every day to make money for their cause. So I just see this growing bigger and bigger. And yes, franchising is definitely on the list of things I want to do. But in order to franchise something, you first must get the model so that It can be taught, and anybody can go and set it up and do it. And number two, you need to have a profitable model to go out there and do. So we have to get profitable first, but very, very few businesses see actual profit in the first year. So I went into this knowing that I was going to be putting a lot of money into it. And that's the other side of this. I put my entire savings into opening this place. And I brought in some friends I wanted to share with. But I have no partner. I did not take any loans. I did not go into debt to open this, but I did take my house down payment money and I went forward with this instead. And so I have a lot on the line here. If this fails, I'm 56 years old. There is not enough time for me to save up that money again for retirement. So this is like do or die for me. I am not messing around. And I also am not going to do anything that risks my investment in this. And so I've been accused of being bossy at times. And sometimes that is translated as I don't allow certain things that could affect my brand, because if something affects my brand, it affects my bottom line. I have a very serious business. YouTube is a large part of my income. YouTube finances this store. So I cannot let anything jeopardize that. And you can love people. You can love friends and family, but you cannot let love for someone allow you to hurt your income and your business. This is my livelihood and I will not let it be messed with. And I want to be an example to others. I want to be an example to those of you out there who are also running a business. Women especially, we get soft. We have squishy boundaries. We want to be nice to everybody. We want everybody to like us. We want to be tacos. And I've really been working hard on learning to be a good leader, learning to put boundaries in place so that this can grow. So this can be something big, not just for me, but for everybody involved. So sometimes I do get told I'm a little bossy, but like somebody said, I am the boss. But I'm also I am super compassionate and I'm very flexible and I love to work with people and problems and do things that way. So and I'm just saying that. So as you hear other things out there, take them with the grain of salt that they're being put out there with. Because I truly don't wish anyone any ill will. And I want everybody to be successful and find success. And I still love the people that left. I will just say that too. I love the people that left. I have grieved over the last month because, anytime you go through like betrayal and, somebody actively trying to hurt you and you're like, why? I've second guessed myself all the time, looking back, going like, what did I do? But I cannot find anything that I did besides running a business the way a business should be run. And that's just what I'm going to say about that. Heidi's saying live sale. If it's not working, stop. Yeah, so that's the thing in business. And this is what I want to also be a good example and mentor of. If something in your business is not going right, if things need to be adjusted, you must take a look at that. Don't wait until you get to a point where, uh-oh, we just lost all our business and now we've lost this stream of income. And you have to analyze and you have to be willing to flex and change and go. And I've done a lot of that over the many years that I've been in this reselling. eBay, I got to tell you, eBay was my mainstay. eBay was everything. I am not as enamored with eBay anymore. eBay's making a lot of mistakes, and they're making a lot of mistakes that are not only costing them business, it's costing you guys who sell on eBay business too. That is why I'm like, don't put all your eggs in one basket. Make sure that your income is coming from different streams. So, and if you're a reseller, that can be, Etsy, Mercari, Marketplace on Facebook, Whatnot. I love Whatnot, Poshmark. And, I absolutely adore List Perfectly for this reason, because there is a hair that just keeps ending up in my mouth and I wish it'd stop it. List Perfectly is like the time saver that gets you in all those other places so you can build all those other income streams. So if you're like seriously getting overwhelmed with cross posting to different places and you're worried like, oh my gosh, I'm going to sell something over here, I'm not going to know what to do about, all these other places, please get yourself List Perfectly. Please do it. Hey Val, I haven't hardly been paying attention to this chat, you guys. I apologize. I've been watching it like move really, really fast. You've been done with eBay when Whatnot started. Yeah, okay. Valerie, I'm going to use you as an example because people think that I've been able to get successful on Whatnot because of my YouTube channel. Kennedy's Castle, over here in the chat, or down here in the chat, wherever you're looking at the chat. Kennedy's Castle is not a YouTuber. I don't even know. Were you like even barely on social media before Whatnot? But Kennedy's Castle has a thriving Whatnot business now. Yeah, and Whatnot is where eBay was back in the beginning when everybody was making all the money on eBay when it first came on the scene in 1998. I remember it well. That's Whatnot now. Whatnot is now the new kid on the block that has billions of dollars of investment money being poured into it for development. Whatnot is not going anywhere. It has a lot of backing, and it falls in line with what we're seeing in general, is that video content is king right now. And I don't see that going away anytime soon, because our brains can process video so much faster than they can the written word or, even pictures. So it's truly an amazing platform. And I know there's a lot of nerves over it. I was thinking about, and for those of you that are in my niche nation, would anybody be interested in me doing a little bit kind of like a masterclass on getting started on Whatnot and building your Whatnot business and all of that? Because it's something I've been thinking about doing. Impish Artist, I know, and Impish Artist, you had a slow start going into Whatnot. I know I'd come over to your shows and you'd only have a couple of people there, and you just kept going. And now I know you have a pretty amazing loyal following. And that is what reselling is all about. It is not instant success. I don't care if you're listing on eBay or Etsy or Poshmark, wherever you're going, you still have to build and grow a business. And Whatnot's no different. And I think that, people kind of want that instant gratification of, making the sales. And there's so many pieces to reselling. It is not just the actual act of listing and selling. It is in the buying. And that's what most of my videos are focused on, is the buying and knowing, what do I pick up? What do I leave on the shelf? What is okay to pay for something? That's what I love to teach, so that you can go out no matter what whether it's hats, shoes, purses, jewelry, antiques, collectibles, glass, no matter what it is. The concept is knowing what your customer is going to be willing to pay for that item, so you know how much to pay for it, so you know how much your profit margins are going to be. That's how you build an eBay business. Now, I would do it. I would do it as a members only perk. It would be a members only perk. So just keep that in mind. If anybody hasn't joined the Niche Nation, I'll give lots of warning before I do it. I promise. But that is something I'm definitely going to do for you guys. And I really have to tell you, I don't get to answer all the emails and respond to every message that I get, but I got to tell you guys, I do read them all. And your messages of love and support and scriptures have been so amazing to me and got me, through some pretty dark days. I can't even tell you how much I feel so blessed to have such amazing people that come here to my lives, that watch my videos, that leave me those messages. And it really wipes away the clouds of the ones that are coming and saying some nasty things to me. I really for a while there, I was like, okay, I need to just have somebody else screen like comments before I see them, so I don't take that stuff into my brain. But I have a really good support system, and I know we're on the right path with all this. Yes, thank you guys. Thank you so much. You're satisfied watching feed. Speaking of the critters, ooh, I have a surprise. You know me. I'm never not thinking of like ways to do things differently. So I do put out my vloggy style feed the animals videos and stuff, and those get a very good response. And I had a lot of people suggesting, well, why don't you, put up a critter cam? Oh, well, now. This will be about the time that I will have Melissa put a little linky poo over in the chat, because Niche Lady Critter Cam is here. Now, first video is, I think it's being rendered and processed as we speak. And I have to tell you, I have to thank Will of Kicker Road. Will is my, what do I call him? He's my angel. Angel sounds cheesy, but he's my angel of technology, because, well, you see how I am with technology. And I could not figure this stuff out by myself. So Will is helping me develop the Critter Cam channel, which is now, there's only 2 subscribers. It's that fresh and new. There are 2 subscribers on the Critter Cam channel. It's me and Will. Well, let's see. I'm going to refresh it. Let's see. Has she posted it yet? Let's see. You got that link, Melissa? There. Nope, not yet. You won't. Let's see. Can you find it, Melissa? Hold on. There it is. There, she got it. I sent it to her in Messenger. She had to go find it. So, Niche Lady Critter Cams. Now, what you will see on there is aquarium. We are working on, we recorded 4 hours of my one aquarium. That'll be the first thing that we put up. There is going to be some live cams that are going to go on there. We are working on a bougie cam that has been requested for a long time. So bougie cam is going to be a thing. I just got a really ugly text message. Somebody must be watching my video. So the aquarium cam is going up first. And then the next thing we're going to work on is bougie cam. Now with bougie cam, it's a little tricky, because in order to put a camera in Bougie's cage, we have to have some kind of a protective cover that also allows the video to be seen. So Um, we're figuring that out. And I will absolutely in no way put any of my animals in jeopardy simply to get a video view. I would never, ever do that. So everything we do has to be safe. What about those bird feeder cameras? But those go like, maybe, Jordan. The only thing is, then we have to figure out how do we play that live? How do we stream that? But maybe Will can figure that out. And we want it to be good quality. Yes, indeed. Yeah, so there's that. And then I want to do something with the guinea pigs. Now, when I get moved. So this is another question. I get a lot of comments like, how's the house hunt? Are you still moving? Why are you moving again? So it kind of goes with the whole business thing. When I rented the house that I'm currently in, there was two things at play. Number one, I had very, very short notice of needing to move. The house that I had moved into before, she had assured me that I could be there for years and years and years. I didn't have to worry until I was ready to go purchase something. She had no intentions of selling the house, yada, yada, yada. And after only 1 year, well, my lease was up in 6 weeks. And I sent her a text jokingly saying, I'm getting ready to put in another aquarium. Just want to make sure you're renewing my lease. Ha ha. And that's when she came back and said, actually, I was just about to let you know, I will not be renewing your lease. My family wants me to rent the house to them. So I was kind of under a tight time frame to find a suitable property. And now remember, I didn't have this store then. So I needed to find some place not only I could take all my animals, but that I could also run my business out of. And so I found the property that I'm in, and it was large, and they had said, oh yeah, in about 6 months you can convert this to a purchase and actually purchase the property. And so that was a dream come true for me. It was big enough to run my business. It had a casita. As Noah's turning 18, it's like, boom, I can move him out of the house into his own space, but yet keep him close. And all was right with the world. And then, of course, you kind of know that we had a scorpion infestation. We've had numerous. I still don't have the pool system working. They still refuse to trim trees so that the scorpions don't have access to the roof. And basically their answer to all that was to tell me, since you're so unhappy there, we're happy to let you out of the lease, which is why I'm looking for a place. I'm in no rush this time. I have plenty of time to find the perfect place. But I also don't have a down payment for a property because I put everything into the store. So I'm looking for a lease option. I'm looking for something where I will never have to move again. I'm looking for that situation where somebody will rent to me for a year to 2 years max and then convert it to a sale. That is what I am working on. Yes. Oh yeah, and we got water damage too. Oh yeah, it's just a mess. It's just a mess. And I'm telling you, I would probably still purchase this home if they compensated the price for all of the issues that have to be taken care of. But that's where I stand on the house hunt. I have an amazing realtor. Let me tell you, if you are in the Las Vegas area and you are looking to buy or sell a house, please email me. I will connect you with Jonathan, who is and I've been in real estate. I've worked with a lot of realtors. He's amazing. He's taken me out and shown me houses in the rain, and every day he's on it and he's looking at the new, MLS listings. So I would love to give him a referral. Like, he will take care of you. So yes. So yeah. So there will be a move in my future. So now going back to the critter cams, what I really, really want to do is build an aviary, but not an outdoor aviary because it gets too hot here. I want a house that has some sort of a like a sunroom or something with big windows where it's a room, but I can have like a walk-in aviary. So you know, like when you go like to a zoo or something, and you walk through a set of doors, but then you walk through like another set of doors so that the birds don't come out. I want that kind of a situation. And we're going to have it so we can go in there, me and Rachel, and set up our chairs and read and just hang out with the birds. That is my dream because then I can also rescue some more birds. I know. Jordan, don't say nothing. You'll never get the rescue out of my blood. Just never, 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 never. I also want a big enough property that I can rescue sulcatas. Sulcata tortoises are in a serious, serious state of almost emergency because people get these cute little adorable tortoises and then they grow to like 100, 150 pounds and they live for 100 years. And so there is an overabundance of these tortoises in rescue. And I've been working with a rescue down in Casa Grande, Arizona, who is my mentor in the tortoises. She's always there for me if I have an issue and need to do some sort of a doctoring or medicating. But they are so overrun with people just dumping these tortoises. And it's not, I guess dogs, cats, they're a problem too. Dogs and cats, they live, average about 15 years. We're talking about an animal that lives 100 years. So they're not passing, and they're people get one, and that's it. Now you don't have enough people to house all of these tortoises. So I have told her that as soon as I get my property, that is my plan, is to be an extension of what she's doing down in Casa Grande and take on some of these amazing creatures. And of course, there will be a camera for that too, a Peanut cam. Should I just put a GoPro on Peanut one day? Oh my gosh, you guys would be like, you'd be dizzy. And poor Peanut. Oh my goodness. Poor Peanut. Well, so here's the thing with Peanut. She has a little issue. How do I say this delicately? Um, there's no delicate way to say it. She has a little issue with her anal glands. And so she has one that gets impacted very frequently, and she's had lots of vet trips for it. And it's just like a stain. Well, it got infected, and the poor baby. Oh my gosh, she was so miserable last night. Thank goodness Rachel took her into the bathtub with some Epsom salt and gave her a night. She's much better today. And then she jumped off the bed and she kind of sprained her poor leg. She's trying to be like a puppy and she's not a puppy anymore. But yeah, poor Peanut. I have my little heater on and now it's cooking me. But yeah, poor Peanut. But so that is why I named the new channel the Niche Lady Critter Cam, because it isn't just going to be the aquarium. It's not just going to be bougie. There's going to be something for everybody. And yes, there will be a turtle cam on there too. So I experimented. I did something with Goody's Pond. I got white aquarium rock and we did a small section just to see what it would be like. And now I can look at the camera and I can see Goody. So Goody camera's coming very soon too. Yeah, so Goody is the turtle at the store. So Goody's going to get a camera too. Yes, indeed. Of course, there will be turtle cam. Carrots and peppers. Right. So yeah, so that's the other issue is there's different diets that you can feed to bulk up, more fiber, but she's also got an extremely sensitive stomach and takes a prescription type dog food for her sensitive stomach, and then she's just a mess. She's just a mess. Oh, and the guinea pigs, yes. Yeah, the guinea pigs, we want to get a better setup. I know there's been a lot of people upset because they're in Uh, People are saying it's too small of a cage. Definitely not too small of a cage. Our piggies are very well loved and taken care of, but you know, the internet being what it is, people getting out there and talking and saying stuff, and then it's like, remember playing telephone in high school or junior high? You know, oh, did you hear? Da, 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 da. Oh yeah, oh, she's got those guinea pigs living in a box. You know, before it's all done. Indeed, indeed. I love you guys. What about the fountain never worked? The chandelier taken out with you a long time. What about the fountain never worked? The chandelier taken out, been with you a long time. So we're actually working on making a switch to turn the chandelier off at night. That has been a concern of mine. I don't like that the light in there stays on all night. So unfortunately, my handyman has been out of town for 3 weeks. That was like first on his list to do as soon as he gets back. And in the meantime, what we do at night is we take something and make her a cave. So she does have a way to get into the dark at night. But the fountain's not a problem. You can have a fountain running. And what about the fountain never worked? I'm not sure what you mean there, because the fountain works. Fountain works. Rachel takes the guinea pigs out. She does. She takes the guinea pigs out and she plays with them. And yes, yes, indeed. Broken telephone. Yes, for sure. The fountain makes me. Becky, I get you. I get you there. Fountain in your home. Oh, in the house. Yeah, my fountain that never, yeah, the water feature that I've never allowed to use. Yeah, yes, indeed, indeed. Right. Well, we changed. So the original fountain was replaced with a different filter that, well, and actually that was by necessity. Is okay. Not everybody knows things about what's safe and what's not for animals. So suction cups were being applied to the base of the pump, but a really bad toxic glue was used. So we had to dump that filter and replace it with another one. And I got a flatter one that now is working just fine. Yes. Oh, you guys are still talking about my house. Oh, yeah. They took a chandelier out of my house that was like, we're talking like a $500 bathroom chandelier, which I did not expect them to replace it with, that. But they literally replaced that with a $30 Home Depot special. And they took an outdoor fountain that was outside that window that was the feature point of, yes, okay, I get what you're talking about now. I gotcha. Gotcha. Yeah. There's so many things about it. It was very much a bait and switch. And it ends up that the agent who rented me this house is the sister of the owner. Ah, yes. I need to be better about doing my homework on things and people and situations. I am very, very bad about jumping in and trusting people who present themselves a certain way. And that is something that is on my list of things to really, really work harder at. Again, it comes from that place. And I know a lot of you out there deal with this. So we're going to close with this thought. We tend to come from a place where we are afraid of conflict for whatever thing has happened in our life to create that fear. We're afraid of conflict. We're afraid of upsetting people that creates that conflict. We're afraid of people not liking us. When in essence, there's really nothing that we can do short of being something that we're not that can cause somebody to like or not like us. So not we, because I don't do this anymore, but I know some of you do, and I want to encourage you not to. living in a state of worrying about what everybody else is thinking about you or doesn't like the way you do things, and then constantly trying to do things in a way that makes everybody happy is going to cause you a lot of stress that can literally turn into physical ailments. I truly believe a lot of the autoimmune disorders that are so, so prevalent now in our society are caused by this stress of always worrying about what everybody else is thinking. Now, that's not to say that we shouldn't have compassion and that we shouldn't be aware of how our actions affect others. You absolutely should, but you can't change who you are or what you do or try to be something that you're not to make somebody else happy, because that is going to make you sick. It is going to shorten your life. So just commit to being a good person. Just commit to being kind. To, like, the Christian philosophy and the only commandment that we are to live by is to love one another. And that doesn't mean just love the people who are nice to you. It doesn't mean just love the person who, buys something from you. That means love everybody, especially the ones that are the hardest to love. And if everybody followed that, can you imagine what kind of a world we would live in? Oh my gosh, that would be a phenomenal thing. So I'm going to leave you with that thought. I hope I will see you all over at Whatnot. I still don't know, is Whatnot a channel, a store, I never know what to call it. I'll just call it my Whatnot. My Whatnot. Hope to see you guys all over on my Whatnot at 3 p.m. Pacific time. We are going to do some super fun stuff today, including going into the rooms that have these shelves and showcases that have been filled up by the new vendors. And we're going to go shop their shelves today. We're going to go have some fun, as well as sell the things that were in Sunday's video. So you still have time. If you want to go review Sunday's video and see what's coming up, you can do that. But I think I got everything over in the catalog now too. I think I'm on top of things. Yes, indeed. But anyway, guys, I appreciate you all. I love you all. And with that, you go be profitable and make it fun. We'll see you on the next